some kids have inadvertently kicked a football and it's hit the passenger side, front passenger side window on my car, and as bad luck would have it, it's gone in, which is somewhat surprising, to be honest, because you know, modern car windows are not that easy to break, but I guess they must have just hit it wrong. Football's hit it and bloody thing's gone in. Not their fault, to be honest. So yeah, minor emergency on how to deal with the car for tonight until we can see what can be done. Anyway, never enough of that. Personal problems. As I was saying, so going back to the point, your friend in this game for you know, making the most. Sleeping bags, right? Sleeping bags are your friends. They only cost 3 cloth. Okay, they take the minimum amount of room. They really do, and can be jammed in. Position them carefully, which can be a little tricky occasionally. Alright, I'll put that one down. You can move them afterwards slightly, so we'll go like that, okay? There we go. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that means we've got enough beds, but you know, what you do is you clear a room, couple of rooms, and then you go, okay, let's go in here and stick in as many as we can bloody put down. There we go, 1, 2, and you can see you can jam them right up next to each other. Alright, Sanctuary is a bloody large settlement, okay, with plenty of room. It's not the end of the world. Come on, you. Oh, you suddenly decided you're not going to go there. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, I don't want you to go in the air. Right there. There we go. Right. Okay. So now we've got 15 beds. 15 beds. Excellent. 15 beds. Right. That's the first thing we need to do. So, right. Sleeping bags are your friends. They really are. Okay. Sleeping bags are your friends. Here we go. Yeah, that's relatively sound. It's as sound as anywhere else in here, I can assure you. Sound as anything you can build, relatively speaking. So that's why you clear a couple of rooms, clear everything out, stick a load of things. When you start developing settlements, what you will find is some of the settlements are very, very bloody cramped for space. You will be very, very pressed for space. So what you want to do is make sure, really, really make sure that you make the most. Right, another ruined house. Clear that. Goodbye. Clear all the rubble around it. Right? Because there will be some like this. Ruined house rubbish. Ruined house rubbish. Ruined house rubbish. Right. Scrap the cars, get rid of all the cars, all bits like this. It's all, you know, wood and steel and bits of electric, copper, all sorts. You want all this stuff. It's all good. It's all good building materials, right? I guess it's labelled junk because in previous versions of the game, I guess it might have been worthless. In Fallout 4, everything has some sort of purpose. It really does. Okay. Right, don't be afraid of scrapping things, by the way. See, contents moved to the workshop. So if you scrap something like a toolbox or whatever which contains, right, I'm going to move that, we'll have that, thank you. We don't want that wasted over there, it's way too pointless. You're going to want to build yourself a nice kind of
That's quite handy. The boys have gone out the back gate, left the back gate open, they've been fucking halfway down the road.
Ah, for God's sake. going to want to build yourself a nice kind of centre. So really, that's for now. Let's just put that there. That'll do. Here is where I usually build my palace, if you wish. You've got an armour workbench here. You've got a weapons workbench there. You've got your main workbench there. There's a cooking station. You can put that, you know, you want all these things in close proximity. Now, somewhere around here, I know there's a chem station. And I never remember where it is initially, and it's in the middle of bloody nowhere, around the back of somewhere. Nowhere where it's any good to man nor beast. So, you know, you can scrap as much of this stuff as you like. You know, speed signs. You can't scrap the one that says "Welcome to Sanctuary Hills," but you can. Got these trees, lampposts, mailboxes, old tyres. You know, you can get rid of it all. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't sweep the streets clean unless you use a mod. As I say, there's all this ruined house junk. There's all broken toilets and stuff everywhere. I mean, it's been 200 years, really, people? No? 50 years, 75 years, I could say, okay. 200 years, you've been 200 years and you really can't be bloody arsed to tidy up. There you go. That's probably my only beef with this game. It's supposed to be set 200 years after the nuclear war. The setting doesn't feel like 200 years after. It feels like 50 to 75 years after. You know, in my mind, if it was 200 years after, I'm not sure cars would even, would there be, you know, cars? Never mind rusty. Wouldn't be any cars left, surely. There'd just be heaps of rust. But never mind, you know. It's a game. We'll run with it. We'll run with it. You can spend as long as you like doing this. I'm getting bored of doing this now. You can come down and do it anytime you like. So let's see. Right. Okay. So we've built. What did he want us to do? Okay. We haven't got enough water. Okay. Well, we've got nothing of anything. Trouble is, we're probably very limited on resources right now. Oops. Well, somebody's shooting. Somebody's shooting. I mean, you know, you can scrap all this stuff. Well, we can scrap that log. Right. Now, see down here, we have water. Oh, ruined house rubbish. Okay. Maybe logs. Picnic tables, you know, you'll find stuff in the water you can scrap as well. You know, which, get used to that. There are certain other places you'll go and you'll find stuff that's almost invisible in some areas. Right, almost invisible. Now, this is important. Right, so water, what can we build? Right, so we go over here, resources, okay, water. Obviously, you've got a water pump, we can build one of those. Do we have enough stuff to build a basic water purifier? Well, apparently we do. We can stick a basic water purifier in this here bit of water. Because apparently it's deep enough. Now, warning, you need power 2. Okay, as you see, that does not have any power. Now, we're going to need some power. Problem with that is, do we have the... We do. We have the shenanigans to build. Interesting. Slightly interesting, I'll be honest. Okay, so we'll build a... Oh, I've never managed that before. Never realised you could do that one. Here we go. See how many times have I played this game and now I found out something I didn't know. Okay, so the other thing every settlement has to have immediately, right, we don't have enough circuitry, is you need to have a radio beacon to summon settlers. So we need some circuitry. Okay, so what we need to do... Oh, scrap that bloody, you know. Okay, no, we'll leave that for now. We might want them later. What we're looking for is one piece of circuitry. We need to poke around. Now, couch, right, pick that up and move it, and it goes back up the right way. So, you know, you don't have to destroy everything inside. Circuitry. What we need to find is, right, a lot of this stuff, all you get for it is steel. It's just bloody rubbish, right? Wood, chairs, keep a few chairs, television. You can plug that into power, you'll actually get, well, you get the test card. You'll get used to this stuff. Circuitry. Okay, yeah, we might not want to knock those off yet. Crib. Oh! Now, here's something interesting. When you're in workshop mode, if you scrap this safe, its contents go into the workshop. But I shall just cancel that temporarily, right? And I'll go, right, that's a novice lock, so I can pick it. Right, in the usual manner. Oops. About there then. There we go.
Got it.
Now, that's a novice, so anyone can pick that, okay? But when you're in workshop mode, if you scrap that, if that was an advanced level when you didn't have advanced level lockpicking, if you scrap it, the contents go into your workshop anyway. That's worth knowing. So anywhere you discover, say you discover, you know, or have taken control of a workshop and find, I don't know, a safe. I can't store it, so I've got two choices. Leave it where is it, scrap it? Well, I'll just scrap it then, because it's no good to me. All this stuff is just worthless junk. Yeah, it really is. You can store stuff and reuse it later, I suppose. One of the biggest things you find around here is broken beds and chairs, I suppose, radio. Some of these things don't make a huge amount of sense what you get for them, but whatever. Just by the time you want televisions and tables and shite again, I can assure you that you will have more than enough materials to build them. Certain things you might not want to scrap. Bathtubs, sinks. Why? I don't know. You know, aesthetics, role play, call it what you will. If you're really interested, you know, you can, some of this stuff you can keep it around. I mean, you can find a lot of wooden crates and broken chairs and things that nobody cares about. You'll find yourself spending a lot more time worrying about things like rugs and pillows give you cloth. You'll soon come to learn that certain things, certainly early on in the game, like barrels and things, right, they're just worthless. They're materials. Concrete. Cinder blocks give you concrete, okay? Cinder block is, because water pumps need, right, you do. Obviously, certain things, you know, there's certain basic things that we all know we need, right? You need steel, you need wood. Well, you know, everything that's described as junk is not junk, it's raw materials. And you will, I don't know, certain things seem to not have a huge amount of use, I'll be honest. Oh, look, a kennel. We'll pick that up because, you know, dog meat is our companion, right? Dog meat, that's his name. So right now, this is where we're going to build our house. We'll stick it there. Right, okay. Whilst you're in this mode, you just kind of just go around cleaning everything inside. Right, in order to build a radio, we really need some circuitry. Okay. Fridges and all this stuff. None of this will give you any. Rugs, right. But some of the more important things are cloth. Cloth that helps you make sleeping bags. Steel and wood obviously build, you know, everything in the world. A lot of this stuff is just, you know, you just want it. You want cloth and wood and metal and this is why you might find yourself collecting, right? Certain things are become highly desirable. Some of the so-called junk that you pick up, and why you'll see people endlessly collecting, certainly early on in the game, you will find people who are picking up newspapers, cigarettes, cigarette packets, cigar boxes. One of the things, anything that generates cloth helps you create beds. And your settlers will constantly, you know, why they need beds. So anything that, you know, paper or whatever, so cigarettes, whatever, they count towards making beds. They make cloth. Newspapers work towards making cloth. Obviously, wood and steel are what you use are the basic building blocks of everything. Other things will come along. Circuitry, as you go, look, right? Circuitry, crystal, copper, steel, ceramics, rubber. This is why those piles of tyres that you've been busily watching me stuff away are actually of some use, right? You need this stuff, but unfortunately a lot of these things, one of the things you will pick up endlessly as you go around the world, you will find them everywhere, is coffee pots on top of hot plates. Single ring, you know, those old sort of, I don't know, those of you of a certain age will remember them as the kind of Twisty Bendix single electric hob that, you know, a lot of, you know, either you yourself or your friends would have had in their college bedsit or university room, you know, to heat up a can of beans or whatever. Even though, here is the chemistry station we seek. We'll pick that up. We'll move that. See, that's absolutely nowhere useful whatsoever. And we're going to put that over by the workshop with all the other stuff, right? So, because, you know, right, as you get into this game, you will be building stuff on, off. You'll need to, you'll need to go to the weapons workbench. You'll need to go to the chems workbench. You'll know, right, we'll put that there. Okay. See, what I do wish you could do in this game, right? I wish you could go, right, trim all this crap away. Unfortunately, you
I'm
can't.
not being funny. You worry about your dog or your game. I ain't fucking found him yet.
Nice, mate.
He's gone fucking down the bottom of the road and just fucking disappeared.
Oh, God's sake.
Honestly. He didn't just go that, he just fucking went that way. Fucking he's gone.
Alright, mate, alright.
He's through the fucking window on his dog.
No, alright, mate. I thought he'd just done his usual and gone for a run.